general, we have a tendency to take a sort of reductionist point of view when it comes to issues that we need to resolve. Whereas in reality, I think it's often a multivariate dilemma, you could say.
Always.
And and I'd say with men, it's the two big things. You hit on one of them is there's a lack of male mentorship, which traditionally you could say, naturally is usually a father, but beyond that, just more generally, that male mentorship. The other part of it, though, is really the necessity for developing these abilities to begin with. Mm-hmm. A framework that I use, a metaphor for society, is the aquarium. And this is an artificial society that we live in. Absolutely. Insofar that we are basically the product of some group of individuals' engineered relationship with the world. And, as much as like I live in the mountains, but
you live in the woods.
I have electricity. There's a road. There's, there's sewage. There's so there are even these middlemen, and these are signs or aspects of the aquarium that I'm still very much a participant in. Mm-hmm. And I think that, especially in Western civilization, we've experienced such a surplus for so long that the need for men to be men is lessened. And when somebody says, well, let's talk about the, firearms and guns and stuff like that. It's, well, a man doesn't need to carry a gun. Well, here's the thing. Most of the time in this society, it's true. But that's not the point that should change whether or not I carry a gun.
No.
So we have rituals that preserve our relationship and the value we have for those skills that were a necessity before society, the aquarium, provided those things for us. Mm-hmm. But what people, I think, never build a relationship with is, if you don't know how to do something that you absolutely need to survive, you are always going to be beholden to somebody else for that. And for some people, they're okay with that exchange. And I can't tell people how to act and who to be. And, like if you're okay living, in a way where you need other men,
you're codependent
to protect, your family and, and other people to provide your food. Like, listen, I don't have livestock. I'm not growing crops. So like,
you're still dependent.
I'm still very much dependent on that. But I think that it's just disingenuous when people think that because we don't have that need right now, we should somehow ignore the natural need we have for the provision of those things. And I think that's where masculinity, natural masculinity, which they tried rebranding into toxic masculinity. But natural masculinity is first and foremost based in utility.